We'll be discussing today atomic mass, molecules, and ions from the chapter Atoms and Molecules. So, our first topic is atomic mass. As I told you earlier, also that atomic mass is actually mass of one atom. Mass of one atom is atomic mass, and it was discussed also that there are at present 118 elements known to us, and to according to Dalton's atomic theory, which states that atoms of different elements have different masses, so it becomes very difficult to calculate atomic mass of each atom of these 118 elements. There are two reasons. First is it's a vast amount of number. We have to calculate 118 atoms. And second thing is, since atoms are negligible, means they cannot be seen through our naked eyes, it's so small, so it again becomes difficult. If anything we can see, we can easily um, anything we can see, we can easily um, relative atomic mass is measured through comparing it with carbon atom. So I have written here, as you can see, the relative atomic mass is measured by comparing with mass of carbon 12, and I have discussed this also, that carbon 12 is an isotope of carbon. Isotope we'll see later on. Meanwhile, you have to just remember that it is one of the atom of carbon. Okay, carbon has one atom whose actually mass is equal to 12. We'll discuss later on. So carbon, for choosing carbon there were certain reasons. First reason was that carbon is not so reactive. If it is not so reactive, so while measuring its mass, it won't react with the atmosphere, and hence if it would be reacting, maybe it would add up some other atoms with it. So now if we'll measure its mass, it will become like it's not only the mass of carbon atom, but it would be mass of any other atom which has reacted. So first reason was it is not so reactive. Not so reactive means it won't join with any other atoms and will get exact mass of one atom of carbon. And second is carbon is found in almost everything. As I told you, like wood, like graphite, as well as we human beings are also made up of carbon only. That is why carbon is called as an organic element. Now, mass of one atom was actually there were 118 elements. Of those, the smallest atom was of hydrogen. Means smallest mass is of hydrogen atom. Now, after comparison with hydrogen atom, it was found to be that mass of one atom of carbon was found to be equal to mass of hydrogen atom. So, mass of one atom of carbon was found to be actually not equal. It was found to be 12 times of the mass of the hydrogen atom. 12 times. So, now the question arises, why we are not calculating using mass of hydrogen atom as relative atomic mass measurement. This is because hydrogen was very reactive. It would react with almost everything of the atmosphere. So that is why hydrogen was not considered, but mass of one atom of hydrogen was found to be equal to 12 times. So then it was calculated that we can use mass of one atom, like the vendors, vegetable vendors, they use some units like kg or something, and they have some you can say measuring devices also, okay, for that. So suppose there is 1 kg slab, there is half kg slab, there is 250 milligram, like this there are slabs are there. So like this we calculated that the smallest unit for measuring mass is is atomic mass unit, which is equal to the mass of hydrogen atom. Since we have not used hydrogen as relative, so if mass of hydrogen atom is 1/12 mass of carbon atom, So we said that one atomic mass unit is equal to 1/12 mass of hydrogen atom. Sorry, it's 1/12 mass of one atom of carbon 12. So now definition is one atomic mass unit is equal to 1/12 mass of one atom of carbon 12, which you can say is mass of one atom, or which you can say is mass of one atom of hydrogen, because it is the smallest, or you can say the atom of hydrogen is lightest. Okay, now this you can see also 1/12 is taken as lightest, 1/12 is taken as lightest atom is hydrogen, and when it was compared with one atom of carbon, it was found to be 1/12 mass of carbon 12. Now moving on to next. Then scientists, through researches, through some unit spectroscopical, you can say, study, they found that one mass of one atom of carbon was around uh, mass of one atom of carbon was around 1.99 into 10 to the power minus 23 grams. Okay, so it is 10 to the power minus 23 grams, which is very small, you can say. So they say that one atomic mass unit is 1/12 of mass of one carbon 12 atom. This you can see. So, and mass of one atom of carbon was found to be 1.99 into 10 to the power minus 23 gram. So we can say, we can find one atomic mass unit or mass of one atom, which is 1 by 12 multiplied by 1.99 into 10 to the power minus 23 gram. So after this calculation, we found that mass of one atom, which is, you can say, this is mass of hydrogen atom, the lightest atom, or you can say the smallest unit, one atomic mass unit is equal to 1.66 into 10 to the power minus 24 gram. Now as I told you earlier also, nowadays in place of atomic mass unit we are using unified mass. So instead of, so you can say 1 AMU, or you can say 1 U is equal to 1.66 into 10 to the power minus 24 gram. So if we know the how many means any element, its atom is how much time of hydrogen, we can calculate its its mass in grams. So next, so I have given one actually question that calculate the mass of one atom of sodium. Okay, we have to calculate mass of one atom of sodium in grams. Okay, if in AMU its mass is 23 U. I told you nowadays we are not using AMU, we are using U, that is unified mass. So we have to calculate mass of one atom of sodium, whose actually, which is 23 U, means its atom is 23 times of hydrogen atom. Okay, so now let's see how we'll calculate the mass of one atom of sodium. So we found out that sodium atom, sodium's its symbol is Na, because its chemical name is natrium. So sodium atom is equal to 23 U. So we have to calculate it in grams. So just now we have discussed that 1 AMU, or 1 U also, is equal to 1.66 into 10 to the power minus 24 grams. Okay, so to calculate mass of one atom of sodium, which is 23 U, so to calculate this, so mass of one sodium atom is equal to 23 multiplied by 1.66 into 10 to the power sorry, because writing was not clear. So mass of one sodium atom was 23 into 1.66 into 10 to the power minus 24 gram. So after calculation it was found to be that mass of one atom of sodium is equal to 38.18 into 10 to the power minus 24 gram. So by knowing that 1 AMU is equal to 1.66 into 10 to the power minus 24, we can calculate mass of any atom if we know, provided if we know how many times its mass is of that of hydrogen, because hydrogen mass is considered to be 1 U or 1 AMU. So if we know that how many times its mass is of that of hydrogen, we can calculate mass of any atom in grams. Now your question arises, how will we know that it's how many times of mass of hydrogen atom? So that we'll discuss in next chapter, that is structure of atom, because we know we can calculate without actually measuring, we can calculate how many times any atom is that of hydrogen. So we'll calculate that later on. So we'll move to now next topic, which is molecules. So molecules we have discussed in previous chapter also. Okay, so as I told you, in that we have discussed that molecule is a group of atoms. It can be similar atoms, it can be different atoms. Same is here also. So it's written also, a molecule is a group of two or more atoms that are chemically bounded. Okay, not physical force of attraction, as that is between, in first chapter you saw that one of the characteristics of particles was that they have force of attraction, but that force is physical force of attraction. Okay, so that particles are later on called as atoms. So molecule is actually, it can be two or more than two atoms that are not physically but that are chemically bounded, as you can see. Okay, now these are divided into two types, molecules of elements and molecules of compounds. Now we'll see those molecules of, first we'll see molecules of elements. So you can see molecules of elements is actually, it's a group of atom, it can be two or more atoms which are of same kind in the sense they are made means all the atoms have same properties, means they are of only one of the element. And another thing, characteristic of actually molecules, neither not only element but compounds also, that molecules are neutral means they have zero charge, no charge at all. Okay, we'll discuss how this charge is obtained in next chapter. So molecules of elements are group of atoms which are of same kind and which are neutral also. So example also I have given, H2, hydrogen, H2. If it is only hydrogen, only H, it would be one atom of hydrogen, then it would be called as element. But if it is H2, subscript you can see is 2, it means that two hydrogen atoms have chemically joined together forming a molecule of hydrogen, H2. Okay, in nature hydrogen generally exists in the form of H2 only. The oxygen we breathe is O2, means two atoms of oxygen combined together through chemical force, through chemical bond, and it is called as O2 molecule. So it is also molecule of element because both the atoms are of same types, that is oxygen. Similarly O3, which we call as ozone. Okay, so ozone is made up of three atoms of oxygen. Now on the basis of how many atoms are making a molecule of element, it's only for molecule of element because it consists of atoms of similar kind. We will not consider this for compounds. So atoms of similar kind, that is molecule of elements. We can now there is one term which is atomicity. Atomicity is number of atoms in a molecule or number of atoms in a molecule of element, you can say. So the number of atoms making it would be called as atomicity. So for O2 atomicity is 2. Okay, O2 is actually oxygen gas which we breathe in. So O2 has atomicity is equal to 2, means it is made up of 2 atoms of oxygen, and O3 has atomicity equal to 3, means it is made up of 3 atoms of oxygen. Similarly, hydrogen's atomicity would be equal to 2. Nitrogen exists in form of N3, so its atomicity is 3. Similarly, phosphorus, it's an element exists in P4, means its atomicity is 4 and it is made up of 4 atoms of phosphorus that have chemically joined together. Now moving on to next, which is molecules of compounds. So first type of molecule was molecule of element which are made up of same kinds of atoms. Now if we will see molecules of compounds, it's a group of atoms of different elements. Okay, different elements that have joined together in a definite proportion. Compounds, you have seen that the elements combine in a fixed ratio, that is only definite proportion. So you can say it's a group of atoms of different elements joined together in definite proportion. Now these are also neutral, as I told you molecules are generally neutral, they have zero charge. Example I have shown: carbon dioxide, then water, ammonia. So you can say carbon dioxide is a molecule of compound, but because it is made up of two types of atom, one is carbon, another is oxygen. One atom of carbon, two atoms of oxygen, there is a definite proportion, one atom of carbon and two atoms of oxygen combined together to form carbon dioxide. Water, H2O, it consists of two atoms of hydrogen and one atom of oxygen. Two different kinds of atoms, one is hydrogen, another is oxygen, and there is a definite proportion also. Ammonia, NH3, one atom of nitrogen, three atoms of hydrogen chemically joining together forming a molecule of compound. Now there is one video also, just have a look at it or